is Sean Ginnebacher, and my company is Lite-Netics. I'm seeking $125,000 in exchange for 20% of my business. Now, everyone loves the festive atmosphere of the holidays. All the food, all the family. Okay, maybe not all the family, but the decorations, and of course, my favorite, the lighting. Now, there is just one problem. Nothing can ruin the holiday spirit quicker than tangle mess of holiday light strands. The clips, the tabs, the glues, the screws, all the tools needed to keep these attached. Well, you know, it doesn't have to be so complicated anymore. Introducing Lite-Netics. Magnetic light strands. These are the first and only light strands featuring a magnet embedded at the base of each and every socket. This allows for the quickest and easiest attachment of any strands available. So a decorating job that once took hours to complete can now be done in just minutes. Let me show you. Voila, just like that. So now you can spend less time on the roofs and off those ladders and more time sipping nog around the old U-Log. So, how many of you sharks are going to team up with me so we can light up this world?
I like the idea, but magnets only don't stick to aluminum, so that becomes a bit of a problem unless you start talking about like selling some kind of metal tab that has like tape on it that can withstand, I don't know, 120 to 150 degrees Fahrenheit. Maybe, I don't know, some roofs probably get hotter, but we are talking about like November, December, so maybe not so bad. The other question I have is how well do those magnets hold up to wind? Because magnets are strong until you hit them at a certain angle, and depending on how that, how this is set up, it might not necessarily be the best setup for that. Well, it is the best setup is getting comments down below, and I'm going to feature one of those at the end of this video, as well as checking out Sean's website and social media at the end. And Sean, I would love to have you reach out, so drop a comment down below, and we could schedule an interview about your Shark Tank experience and what you've been up to since then.
Does it work on aluminum?
It does not work on aluminum.
How many homes have a metal that this would stick to?
A lot of them do. Actually, it just depends on the portion of the world you're at.
How many people know if they have metal in the eaves or not?
Well, I think you can see that, can't you?
It's real simple.
Well, metal or aluminum, I mean...
Commercial side, this is not just for resident, but the commercial side, a lot of these are metal. And the residential side, you're seeing a lot of metal also, and just depending on your gutter.
But let's put that aside for a second.
Okay.
Tell me about the ones you've sold. How have you sold those?
Well, I've focused the last couple of years on targeting the professional installers. They're out there working with your commercial builders, commercial installers that do this on the side during that holiday season.
For residential?
For both.
Oh, interesting.
So which retailers have picked you up?
I'm working currently with some buyers for Home Depot.
Okay.
They like the product. They've taken this product now, and they're taking it to their factories so they can get some pricing and cost down. For the retail market, that's the market that I'm trying to jump into.
Understandable there, Mr. Wonderful. But to me, the big question mark is what kind of returns are they going to get on that? Because especially if they're trying to sell to consumers versus like the pro grade installers out of the Home Depot, two different markets, but same store. I have metal, I have aluminum siding, I have aluminum rain gutters. I should be able to make this work. I also wonder, like, the nails. Well, I guess it depends on what the nails are made out of that you use in your roof. But if that would be something that it would stick to, depending on the material.
How much total sales? Yes, in the last year.
Last year we did 118,000 in sales. We netted 38,000.
How long have you been in business?
We've been in business last 4 seasons, 4 years.
So what were your years prior to that?
A little over 400,000 for the last 4 years.
And
so you're on average, it's the same, but it's about the same. You're not scaling at this point.
What I'm having problems with is some factory, trying to get my costs down a little bit. When I first started this product and got this patent, I pursued it.
It's cleared? The patent's cleared?
Yes.
Wow.
You know
You
what
have
the biggest
something in my
problem is?
frame.
I think is that magnets are actually expensive.
Yes.
I've tried myself because I've made products with magnets, and the problem is you just can't get the price down after a certain point because it is what it is.
Right.
Sean, I want a 50-foot strand of traditional lights is how much at Home Depot?
Maybe $20, $25.
And how much would yours be?
Probably $70.
Yeah, that's hard to compete there, even with tabs and anchors or hooks added in that cost. Those are relatively cheap. I still like the idea of like taking metal and like having a tab like or tape on the back end you could rip off, and you stick it on there and then like stick it down and get it stuck there. With that said, I mean I guess you'd have to like produce some black metal just so that it matched like roofs, and maybe red if people have red roofs. I don't know.
That's what it is currently. Like
So-
I said, if we can work and get that
Yeah, but
product
Sean, there's
down-
two problems. If you were talking about a 20% difference, if you were 25 and they were 20, you can get that price down. But are we even in the business of equaling their price? Or is that an
I think
impossible
what
road
we're-
to go down?
What you're forgetting is if you're doing it on some of these structures, you got to buy the additional accessories, the clips and the tabs, and that's just more pain.
But they're plastic, so they're very cheap.
What is wrong with approaching one of the
$50
major
difference.
players and saying, I own this patent, and I have a cost disadvantage of my small scale. I would like to show you this solution because it's patented. You don't have the risk of them ripping you off.
Absolutely.
Why wouldn't you do that?
That opportunity hasn't arisen yet where I had someone come in and offer a license agreement.
But you called them?
No, I have not.
Oh, this is one of these deals where I almost feel bad about it, but not really.
Well, so maybe, I mean, Sean probably hasn't called him because he A, may not have thought about it, or B, he's probably has spent the last 4 years trying to get this off the ground in a way that puts him at the forefront of this with his patent. Like, people don't always think about licensing it and even know, like we saw in this newest holiday season episode, I'll link it at the end. They had a licensing deal for their Santa mailbox, their Santa enchanted mailbox, and that didn't that licensing deal apparently was very bad, and honestly taught me some things that like I didn't realize that it could be that bad. I mean, I guess anything could be bad in terms of if you have a contract and that contract is not reviewed and like really put under a fine microscope to find all the issues with it. But yeah, I still think it's a good idea. I don't know if retail is the right opportunity though. I feel like there's enough commercial builders out there that you could or contractors out there that do holiday lights that you could probably get them on commercial buildings and save them lots and lots of time in the process.
I mean, you want an offer? Here's what it is. I know how to call the two players that globally own this market, okay? I'll negotiate the deal with them. You have the right to override me if you don't like the terms, but I won't pay you the $125,000 until we sign it, because I'm going to get a massive advance on it. But we're 50-50 partners.
Any other offers?
Let me clear the deck, Sean. I think you have a massive problem. At a $50 price difference, I don't know if there is a residential market for this. So I'm not sure that's the right path. And I got to tell you, after 4 years, you might be learning the same thing. I'm out.
Yeah, I mean, it is tough. But like I said, if you could have something that like is this, and you could maybe paint them and then leave them up year over year, and if they, which the glue was standing, you could, in theory, have this really simple, like you go up and you just go all the way around the outline of your roof and all that would be awesome to have. So I think that there's a path. It's just maybe not the path right now versus the path of going the commercial route.
Anyone else?
Look, the one issue to every professional installer that's important to them and is their biggest cost is their time. To be able to say your time is worth $50 or $100 an hour, I can save you 2 hours per install. This is the product for you. Then you don't have to fight the behemoths. But I would focus on the professional installers. I don't know how to reach that market, and for that reason, I'm out.
Thank you.
Good advice, but no check.
You have three problems as I see it. Number one is the cost is too high. And I don't think you'll be able to manufacture it ever apples to apples to the lights that are out there. Number two, I don't know how many places it'll work because you have to have metal that works with a magnet, and a lot of homes have aluminum. And number three is you also have something here. This is a large bulb. It's more, I think they call it the old-fashioned light bulb.
Yeah, it's a C9 socket.
Yes, and a lot of people today are buying icicle lights for the home and smaller bulbs for the home. I don't think it's going to work in the retail market. I'm out.
Thank you.
My question here though is where he has Shark Tank written at the bottom. It looks like they are like maybe LED like flat bulbs or something like that. So it seems like a really superficial reason to jump out, especially considering the patent is on the I guess the attachment of light bulbs via magnets. I don't know what the details are. I also would love to know Sean's background. So Sean, again, reach out. I would love to have, in the comments below, I'd love to have you come on and talk about this, because I feel like they cut a lot out of this holiday episode.
Damon?
I believe that the only opportunity is to license this. I'll go head to head with him and I'll offer you the exact same deal, but instead of 50%, I'll only take 40%.
Interesting. Why do I have to provide all the creativity of these deals? That's the problem. Doesn't anybody have the ability to think on their own here? This is ridiculous.
You
The
should be
challenge.
flattered.
I do this for a living. I'll give you an example. It's the Voyager guitar guy who didn't pick up the phone and call Fender or Gibson. He had a fantastic technology. I picked up the phone. Now he's in Fender guitar. And so I'm worth it.
Hold on a second. You got Mark over here laughing like Mark gets up so like, oh man, they're all trying to sell themselves on a deal. I mean, I guess my questions would be like, how much do you each think that this deal would be worth? If we can get it licensed, and could we, if we get it licensed, what's the long term? What kind of years do you think we would get on this?
He's in Fender guitar. And so I'm worth the extra 10%.
Well, he has one of those examples. I have 4.
I do the work. That's the difference.
I do the work as well.
You get Mr. Wonderful. I'm worth 10% more. That's the way I look at it. The deal's going to take me 9 months to do. I want you to know that.
That's right. It's going to take me 2. So we need to do it.
It won't happen that fast. They will want to test it. They will want to check their costs. And you'll be negotiating the whole way through.
But Sean, you got to make a decision because Christmas is going to come and go.
Yes.
We need a decision.
We need a decision.
Yeah. So if I'm looking at it, I'm thinking I probably would go with Kevin. I think that his thoroughness at 9 months seems more realistic than 2 months. Knowing, manufacturing and, knowing that like this isn't the only thing that the people that you're coming to license it to are working on and doing. So it might not get done as fast as, you want to kind of push it through. I mean, 10% is a lot, but at the end of the day, I would be willing to do it if Kevin's really going to be putting in that much work, him and or his team. I think I probably would go with him. Also, there's a good shot of maybe they're not flat, but they kind of look flat, like the bulbs that say Shark Tank. I don't know.
Well, I appreciate both of them. Would you be willing to go to 30%, Damon?
Ooh, he didn't ask you.
No.
Thinking about it.
I'm hard on the 40.
Sean, I have no flexibility in case you're thinking, but I'll negotiate a better deal than he'll get.
Oh, that looked like it hurt. That looked like it hurt Damon a little bit there with his eyes down there.
I'm going to have to decline.
Both offers?
Yes.
Wow. You see a different path?
yes, I'll continue on with the way I've been working. I got some opportunities with some other big wholesalers and distributors.
Good luck.
All right.
Okay.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
Sean, you're dead to me.
The best thing that happened to you all day, Sean.
Sean,
Yeah.
you're dead to me too.
Second best thing.
Good luck.
So Mr. Grinch and the little happy elf couldn't get a deal today.
We did our worst, and that's all that counts.
He will never get share in this market.
Ever, 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 ever.
I needed a strategic partner. I just think the equity, what they wanted, and it was just too much for me, and I just wasn't prepared and ready to give it up.
Yeah, good on you, Sean. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Let's check out what you got going on your website. I mean, this was a while ago at this point that you were on Shark Tank back in season 5. It's like an outdoor ambience, accentuate a commercial and residential exteriors. Let's see, they got new magnetize any light strand. Wow, that's now there's an idea. Because when I can go to Home Depot and buy a light strand for $3 or $3.99, $2.99, $3.99 for like 100 lights or 1,000, I don't know, whatever the amount of lights it is. It does, it is a thing where like I would like to be able to magnetize it, and yeah, okay, cool. So that enables you to I guess you're putting it between a clip or clamp, and for 25 clamps, let's see if we get black. It's $25 for 25 clamps. That's not bad. Okay, so you're screwing it down onto the wire and then pushing that into onto something magnetic. I'm wondering if they came up with that idea. Inline plugs. Oh, now there's a cool idea too. Wonder if he has a patent on that. Sean, again, I would love to have you come on the show and talk about what you've been up to since. They got different LED lights, outdoor daytimer, lawn stakes. You can just get green wire, which is helpful, so you don't have to have that wire run between the, or lights running between different things, having that extra wire. But yeah, so here's 250 foot for $239 out of stock. So either they had a bad season or had a great season, and are out of stock. I think it's I think it's cool. I think there's definitely a lot of application. It's not going to beat the $3 box of lights at Home Depot, but I don't know that it needs to. And they got lots of different colors, which is great to see. Let's go. All right, so we got Facebook. We got 1,200 people liking the page. Last posted, 2019. So it's been a little while since they posted on Facebook. Instagram, 143 followers. Me after hanging one single strand of Lightnetics. I love it. They got some stuff going on here. When's the last time they posted? 59 weeks ago. The thing about that is I don't know. It doesn't necessarily matter if you're speaking to the commercial commercial installers and things like that. Having social media is nice. It's a nice bonus, nice add-on. But I think it's more important that you focus in on getting those sales from those installers and making those relationships happen. Just like I love making the relationships happen with people from way over in South Africa. What is going on? Watching all the way from South Africa. Really love your shows and commentary. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Prevlin. Greatly appreciate you watching and learning and enjoying with us here on the Super Joe Pardo channel. Just as much as I love you right there, right now, watching and learning how to unlock your super. All right. I will see you in one of these two videos over here. Take care.